Hello, Morgan. Oh, just finishing up a Volibear run, and then we're going to get into 6-star Vayne. So I still have 3 new 6 stars to show people today. And we'll probably do a Misfortune run. Hello, Long. Yeah, I've actually really been enjoying the new Volibear, or Volibear with his 6-star. The fact that the sigils are a play effect to get rid of, but the 6-star is a summon effect is actually pretty crazy. Hello, souls.
Good. They are less satisfied. I will restore.
I see.
What do we want to go with? I think we'll just attack and do as much damage as we can.
I protect my own.
I guess we actually could have used our 4-star for that vulnerable. Oh, well, it's fine.
When all is dark and cold, I shall remain.
Best level up.
I care not whose blood is spilled.
Got this from a side quest.
I think let's drop our Crumble here, get 2 kills from it. Do you think 6-star Vayne or 6-star Lux is more worth it? I haven't played with 6-star Lux, so it's hard to say. I think they're both very close in power, though, so I don't think it is that big of a deal. I think people should really just try to go for whoever they like more. For Vayne, you're going to have more of the playstyle of really focusing just on your Vayne, whereas with Lux, you're again focusing more on your board and your units, because since Lux is a support deck, you have to have other units to support. But I think both of them are going to be incredibly strong.
Care not whose blood
It's really hard to say which one is actually stronger without directly playing them, but I think both of them are going to be pretty crazy. Hello, Service. Hello, Lyragon. Alright, I think we just have Fizz, and then we'll be finished. I'm trying to use some of my XP relics, since I have like 130 of them. I'm trying to use some of them to level up some of my favorite champions. Sure, we can go for the Scourge. And yeah, this is one of the best ones to do. Oh, that is nice. We're not enough gold, but Wrathful Rider is fantastic. One of the best cards to get for Volibear. So good. But yeah, so some of my favorite champions. I don't think I have enough to upgrade everyone to level 50 because it's a ton of XP required. But yeah, some of my favorite ones, working on upgrading them a little bit. And also, I thought that Ashe was just going to be flat out better than Volibear. And I think she still probably is going to be better, but I think it's a lot closer than I was initially suspecting. But also, it's difficult because I just find Volibear so much fun.
Roll get you work, run if you don't.
So we have a 10, so we... this would give us a spell. Sure. Did that one not actually get a kill? Interesting. Normally it strikes before... Oh, well. Do you have 6-star Volley? Yes. Volley more fun than Ashe? Definitely. I mean, that is going to be a bit subjective, but in my opinion, he is way, way more fun than Ashe.
Let us turn this tundra red.
After you destroy the sigil, every Titanic athlete gets the buffs. Ooh, Ledros. So not necessarily, but since it's a summon effect, if you summon more units with like, yeah, let's kill that. If you summon more units with like the what's it called? Shadow Totem? I think that's what it's called. Any extra Titanic units get those buffs. I don't know, it makes it a little bit more versatile, which is quite nice. Alright, let's just attack and get this done. Hello, random. Hello, Rose Toy. So yeah, it's just the Titanic unit that technically gets the buffs from the sigils when they destroy it. But if you can find ways to summon Titanic units, they'll get the buffs without destroying it, which is kind of the crazy part. Yeah, so when you summon a Titanic ally, granted 2/2 for each stack of Sigil of the Storm. And since this is a summon effect and Sigil of the Storm is a play effect, or gets destroyed with a play effect, there's some ways you can actually cheese this 6-star, and it is fantastic. So it's actually a better 6-star than it kind of looks at face value, and it plays, yeah, better. So I've been trying to level up my Volibear as well as just get some more practice with him with the 6-star. So yeah, just this morning I decided to play him a couple times, so got him to 42, which feels pretty good. But that's not what we're doing today. We played him yesterday, and actually there's a video up on the channel if you haven't seen it yet. But we want to go for Vayne. We have her at 6 stars. So when an ally attacks, give it 4 power this round. This is very good for Vayne, because you can attack often 4 times in a single round. So this just obviously scales you up like crazy. Pair that with just your Tumble being a 2 cost now. Really, really good. So you can pair her with like Lost Chapter or Hidden Tome. And then just having Arm to the Teeth for more stats. And Mana Flow so you can play Vayne turn 1. She is excellent. So the build we're going with her, chosen by the stars because she scales really well with both the Fated and Augment. And then getting Overwhelm, Regen, and Challenger, really, really nice. That's foiled to, again, help us trigger that Empower 10 a little bit faster. But then since we are attacking so much, it's easy for Vayne to get kind of worn down by enemy blockers. This way, she just doesn't take any damage. Really, really good. And then Hidden Tome so that we can immediately play our Tumble when we drop Vayne. Often, Vayne doesn't actually level, though. You'd end the game beforehand. So going for Lost Chapter would also be fine here. But we have the Epic. Might as well use it. Yeah, and yeah, Death Foil is good for Stabilize and Shadow Totem. No, it's not one blessing got me to 40. That was like my 3rd Volibear run, I think. Yeah, I did a couple this morning. Just got my 6-star Swain from monthlies. As a Swain main, I'm so happy he's good in LOR. Yeah, he's really, really good. Alright, so we're going to grab Vayne, and I think we'll just drop her in the 4.5 weekly. We want to be showing a bunch of different people today, so we're trying to get through them relatively quickly because we have 2 other 6 stars to also showcase today, and then we're going to probably do a Misfortune run with a build that someone suggested. Before we do that, we'll just drop a quick ad break. So if you need to go get a drink, go to the bathroom, anything like that, do that right now. You have a minute and a half. Never regret getting my 6-star Volley. He's insane. Yeah, he's one that I'm wanting to play more. Honestly, a lot of these 6-star champions, I need to put more time in because I want to do the 6-star tier list. And before, I was really having to rely on chat for a lot of the champions. But now that I have like a bunch more 6 stars, like I think I got like 7 this patch, which is kind of crazy. Maybe even might even be higher. Anyway, so I got tons more 6 stars. So I actually need to spend time figuring them out, seeing how they work, so I can give them a better rating for the tier list. All right, let's load in while we wait. Also, let's make sure. I think I'm still just at ×2. Yeah, I don't really want to do any higher than that for recording. I just got a Bilgewater Crystal. Don't really know who to use it on. Might save it for Jack. Both of them are solid. I would say Misfortune is stronger, but Pike is more fun. But yeah, both of them pretty good. This month I got a lot of Novas, just some stacked and some free. I have 4 more Novas and I already upgraded like 4 to 6 stars. I barely spent any money, so it's so friendly. I love this game. Yeah, this was a great patch for getting so many 6 stars. Vayne 6 stars is really good. I just don't know which is better, her or Lux. The Lux one is harder to judge without actually playing myself. That's the thing. People keep asking me which is better, and it's like, I think the Lux one is going to be crazy, but the Vayne one is also crazy. Let's see what we can get for our power here. Easy Prey is actually not terrible, because this would give us 2 extra keywords and some stats on our Vayne. So it's just going to buff up our Vayne a little bit more. We have the potential to maybe give our Vayne like Spell Shield. Could be good. I think, sure. Let's grab this. And let's go for Horns. 6-star Lux is super good. Also, Hey Toast. Hello, Clear Wings. Hey Toast, I'm a returning player, and I'm so lost as to who to try to 6-star. Do you have any recommendations? I somehow have a Demacia and a Targon Crystal, if that helps any. So for Targon, it's super simple. You have Morgana. That being said, you might want to hold off on it just because Morgana is already very strong without her 6-star. Her 6-star is going to help you win faster, but it's not really going to improve your win percentage because Morgana's already so good that she can win pretty much everything. So you can 6-star if you really want, but you might want to hold on to it for later. And then as far as Demacia, I think both of them are going to be very good. If you like one that's just focused on your champion and using that champion to destroy, Vayne is fantastic. If you want to focus a little bit more on your whole board, then I think Lux will be really good for that. In general, though, Swain is really good, one of the best champions, so going for his 6-star is smart. And then also Viego is excellent as well. Trying to get him to 6 stars is another great champion to go for. All right, let's get rid of Kind-Hearted. I mean, we don't have to be as picky because we know we're going to get our Vayne. We don't have to mulligan as hard. All right, so no Spell Shield, a little bit sad. But let's go ahead and drop our Vayne. All right, they blew all their mana. That is perfect. Let's open up with this here.
Purified bones.
Here, sound the alarm.
All right, let's use both of these to kill their last unit. And let's just attack. And that's GG. Nice. Hello, Dre. There are some nightmare situations where 6-star Morgana actually helps you win fights she would lose. Yes, if it's like you have to end before a specific time. If there's some amount of a time requirement, like the puff caps are just going to end up one-shotting you and you're losing too slowly, or like the free fall nightmare. There are some specific niche situations like that where, yes, having the extra damage will be important. Generally, though, the 6-star's not really helping you win more, but yeah, there are a couple niche situations. Z on live. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Do you have any tips for me to clear Yasuo Path of Champions using Shadow Isles? Go for Vex. Most other Shadow Isles get hard countered by his effect. Going for Vex is your best bet, I would say. Do you think they should buff Darius 6-star? He's kind of underwhelming to me. I think that would be nice. It would be nice if they buffed it. It doesn't really do too much for you, so buffing that and then also maybe buffing the Volibear 4-star to change it to be something else, I think would also be nice, because it normally doesn't do anything. I think let's go for the Noxine Defector, I guess. But don't really care about any of these. Really, we just want to play Vayne and equipment. Alright, so a free attack's not bad. Katarina's never terrible. Ari, Dancing Droplet, might. Katarina is solid, and then also having Champion Draw. A lot of cheap units. I think this looks like the best. So we could go for a power. Especially since I'm not seeing a champion node here, I think we'll go for the power. We like champion nodes, but yeah, since we're not seeing any, we'll just head down here. So Astute Academic. That equipment requires us to kill other targets, and normally Vayne is going to be our only person on the board, which is why I'm not going for that equipment. Let's get rid of Elkin. Yeah, it's fine. Man, we're really hoping to get the Spell Shield one, but it's not happening. Voli's 4-star is legit confusing. Why do they give that to him? Almost any other power would be better for him. They're giving it to you because, in theory, especially when you're leveling up your Volibear, it can be pretty solid because it can help you get some more kills because you're challenging enemy units. So earlier in the game, it's actually not bad. It's a decent 4-star while you're leveling him. When you don't have like the 5-star, your game is going to be longer and you need that extra help. But when you're higher up, when you have the 5-star, when you can drop these Titanic units very early, then it starts being pointless. Let's drop our Vayne.
Monsters still lurk in Demacia's every shadow.
Alright, so sadly, yeah, we don't
Purifying bolts.
have anything. We'll just have the attack right here. We can get blocked out, but we do have the Overwhelm, which is nice.
You don't have clearance. Don't worry.
Alright, we'll go here for our Scout attack, which essentially counts as a rally. And let's drop this right here to get rid of their blocker so we do more damage.
Anything else?
Swift death.
And GG. Solid.
Definitely died. Now to root out the next victim.
It helps him ramp up, plus 6-star, it gives 4/4 at least. Yeah, that's the thing. It's good in theory, but quite often what happens is you don't actually end up using it. Like, I'll go entire adventures where it never once came into play because it's going on the weakest enemy, but your strikes from your Titanic units also hit the weakest enemy, so quite often you're killing them by playing their units. So it often doesn't actually work out that well. We can get Sharesies here. Yeah, it's fine. Let's cut the Saboteur. That is fine. Because we really just want to have as few cards as possible. Alright, so let's go for the power. So Riptide Rex. Let's honestly get rid of pretty much everything. Our main win condition is our Vayne. There we go. Also, they start with the attack token. Interesting.
You'll fight or you'll swim.
Alright, we'll try to drop our Vayne here. We do at least have A equipment, so that's nice. So we can get 2 attacks in.
This one's for the boss.
Alright, let's Block here. We're still taking a lot of damage.
Purge with silver.
But it shouldn't really matter.
Swift death.
Alright, GG. Nice. Yeah, Vayne, as long as you don't get hit by some amount of CC, like getting stunned, even though you can somewhat work around that with free attacks, but it's still bad. Or frostbitten, or just like hard removed, killed. Anything like that is pretty terrible, especially if they are smart enough to hit you when you're not attacking. Yeah, it's rough. We'll go for Death Lotus, but again, we don't plan on playing any of these. Alright, Disciple, Lookout. I think we'll potentially go for Vanguard Lookouts just so we can have some amount of blockers. Yeah, that can be okay. Spells Chest, Champion Draw. This will be nice since if we don't draw our Vayne, we're going to need it. So we could cut a card. We do... Like, we are low, but I'm going to try to just be able to end very quickly, so I think we'll be fine. But yeah, we are at, like, half health, which I know you guys can't quite see. All right, let's go for Poppy.
Huh? You want me? Well,
3 blockers, yeah. Because that was the biggest issue we had in that last fight. I mean, normally we're supposed to start with the attack token. Because, yeah, generally Vayne can just end turn 1, which is pretty nice. This is going to be rough, though. Poppy does have a spell that just counters us pretty hard, and there's not really anything we can do to stop it. Okay, if she didn't play it, that means we're probably just going to end this round. We can't quite equip this here, so let's just get our first attack in. It is nice that all of our units gets the extra stats. Do this here for our scout. Essentially giving us a rally. And then we can attack with everyone. And GG. What are you playing? We're playing 6-star Vayne against the 4.5 Nightmare. Let's go for Colossal Hammer. This will be nice to make sure we trigger our Empower effect even on our first attack. So that's pretty good. Let's go for Power here. Trifarian Might could be fun. It would let us our Vayne get an attack off or a strike off, potentially killing their blocker. Sure, we could go for other rerolls, but this is fine. Kelp Maidens or T-Hex. Kelp Maidens could increase the cost of our Vayne, which would be pretty bad for us. So I think let's actually try to go for T-Hex. Bought Fiddle, Celebration, and Nora's Relic. Well, have fun. You'll probably absolutely destroy everything then. Let's re-roll everything except our Blade's Edge. Nice, we have our Vayne.
Those who kill innocents are no more than fiends.
Happy to do whatever's needed.
All right, let's go ahead and get our attack in.
Safety first.
Yeah, the fact that it hits all of your units that are attacking, it just seems like it's pretty much in all situations a better version of the Samira one.
Watch my post.
GG.
Excellently done. Now to root out the next victim.
Hello, Faded. Just missing Misfortune's Relic. Yeah, I can't get them all. Nice, extra copies of Vayne. This is something I've actually noticed with Vayne. She seems more likely to get extra copies of herself than most other champions. Or I've just that's my case that I've normally had with Vayne. Quite often I do get her added as just after battle rewards, which is very nice. Because she is so champ reliant. That's pretty good. Free unit, not bad. Convergent timelines, explosive finale. Not going to be that big of a deal. We're not going to kill that many units. Let's actually leave and see if there's another shop. There is, so we'll potentially use any rerolls there. We'll maybe get one kill with our Trifarian. Not going to be that big of a deal. This is one good thing with Vayne, though, is while you are champ reliant, you do so much damage with that champion, you don't really care about other powers. Like, there's other powers that make you feel a little bit stronger and better, but you don't really rely on them because you have so much damage just inherently. All right, let's go up here for Shield Breaker. Also, Samira gets wasted round 1. I think I'll get hers to test out, but it seems pretty underwhelming. Yeah, I have a crystal, a Noxian Nova crystal that I could use on her, but I'm like, I'm just going to hold off. The rumor is that we're getting a Noxian 6-star next patch, so I'll just wait for that. I think Vayne is the only champ that's a default body full Sentinel. Yeah, she does have like a default Sentinel skin. I actually have a skin for Vayne. I often will alternate between them because both of them are just so good. All right, we're gonna drop the Ranger Knights for free. Kind of because we just want them to blow their mana. All right, let's drop our Vayne. And let's get another attack in. Yeah.
Your training has failed.
Yeah, also the fact that Vayne is when you attack, and is Samira's like round start? Or when you get the attack token? Because that means all the units you then play, GG by the way, all the units you play, like the round starts, you get the attack token, so it buffs up whatever units you have, but whatever units you play that round, then don't get it, unless you generate another attack token. Also, the fact that I think both of them are 4 power, like, it just... The Vayne one is just better in, like, every situation. It's... Like, it's one thing if, like, oh, when you get the attack token, your units get, like, 6 power or something crazy, then it'd be like, oh, wow, but... I mean, that's just not the case. Yeah, turn 1, if you start with the attack token, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's another one of those 6 stars. It's kind of the same situation as, like, Master Yi and Lee Sin. Both of them have pretty much the same effect for their, like, 2-star of generating the twin disciples, or twin disciplines. It's just one of them has a way better version of doing it, and the other one just feels trash in comparison. It's just like, why do you have 2 champions doing the same thing, but one of them is just flat out better? In, like, all situations, it's just better. It's confusing to me. Alright. Not bad. Sure, again, it's just little pings of damage. We could get this, but do we really need it? That's the thing. Because anytime we add another card to our deck, that reduces the chance that we're going to draw our Vayne. So it's like having this in our hand, sure, it's fun, but is it worth reducing the odds we're drawing Vayne? Because is this going to help us win more than just drawing our Vayne? No. So I don't think we'll actually bother with any of these, because anything we get is just reducing our chance of drawing our win condition, so I think we are fine. I guess we can do some rerolls here, see if we get, I don't know, Vayne or an item on one of our already cards we have. Sure, we'll probably not get anything, but we can do some rerolls here. I think we can get 1 copy of this just to make it a 1 cost. That's not bad. Other things here are really good, but again, we don't really want to fill out our hand too much more. That's pretty solid, but again, I think we're fine. Let's go for healer. We already have so much power. We don't need to be fishing for other power. Let's get rid of Kind-Hearted, and let's hit up Lulu.
Pleased to meet you.
It definitely feels like some of the early constellations haven't been put much thought into. I guess since with Samira, you're supposed to develop units and then rally turn 1 to get board wide 4/4. Yeah, I think there might have been different developers working on the different constellations. And so some of them maybe had similar ideas of giving your units like 4 power, but just one of them has a much better iteration. Like for Vayne, it's great. It works so well for her kit. It's excellent. But for Samira, it's like you get what they're going for, but quite often it's just going to be wasted and it's just not going to feel as strong. And it's also just bad when there's 2 champions that have such a similar power, but one is just flat out better. Even if the first one is a fine power, it just feels worse in comparison. Let's get rid of Wolf Dog, but more copies of our Vayne. Great. Alright, solid. There's another spell shield. So yeah, we'll drop our Vayne here.
Those who kill innocents are no more than fiends.
Alright, so we can just attack.
Yup, that tastes purple.
Get our scout attack off. And GG. We didn't even need the third attack. The game refuses to give me Samira fragments, so I'm waiting for it now regardless. I mean, the rest of the Samira constellation is not bad. She has some really good stuff in there, so it's not like their constellation is terrible. It's just the 6-star seems like a flat-out worse version of Vayne's. Alright, that was pretty awesome. Nice little 9-minute time. Sure, we actually could have gotten that even lower if we were actually trying. Vayne is exceptionally good. She's already good at 5 stars, but your 6-star just elevates what you're already trying to do and just gives you so much damage that you are one of the most reliable champions for ending turn 1. It's just crazy, especially since with a lot of these ones with the deadly modifier, you're guaranteed to start with the attack token. When you have the attack token, you can get 3 attacks in the first round. You're just putting so much damage down. Now, you do have some drawbacks. For one, you are very champ focused and champ reliant, so if you don't draw your Vayne, your power plummets. And then also your Vayne, if she gets hard CC'd or just removed, that also, you just lost so much of your power. So there are some downsides, definitely. But when things work well, which is pretty consistent, you just absolutely destroy, I think, almost all of those matches we just ended in the first turn. I think the only one we didn't end turn 1 was potentially the one that they started with the attack token because of, it was right before power. But yeah, in general, Vayne is just excellent. The 6-star is pretty crazy. Do you have 6-star Eve? No. How many monitors do you have? Just 2. I wouldn't mind more, but yeah, just 2 for the moment. It's more likely they didn't know what they were doing. Now they have a lot more knowledge about how constellations work. Yes, I'll definitely say with the first constellations that came out, Constellation's still a great update. A lot of good things in the constellations, and many of them are very well put together. There's some, though, that just don't work as well, or there's certain parts of certain constellations that don't work as well. And since then, they've definitely learned from the reception of how people, like, because now they have thousands upon thousands of players playing them all, testing them all, and giving feedback. And since the Constellation update, every champion has been really, really good. So they've definitely learned from their initial batch of Constellations. And even though there are some issues in the original Constellations, overall they're still pretty good. Vayne is definitely a go-to just for smashing through nightmares. Yeah, she destroys. She has some really good upgrades in her Constellation. Like, she's actually one of the champions that gets somewhat the most increase, because your 4-star allies with equipment attachment of 2/2, really good, just giving all your important units extra stats. Really, really nice. Mana flow, great, so you can actually play your Vayne turn 1. That right there is massive. Yeah, upgrades to your support champs is fine. Some of these things, it's like, okay, they're fine, but the big thing is Tumble getting Tear of the Goddess is another one that's just like, massive. So like this is a massive upgrade. The 5-star, just that extra mana, massive for you, and then Armed to the Teeth is also just massive. Yeah, Morgana is the most egregious 6-star. I think a lot of people hate on Morgana, and I think it's the same thing that a lot of people hated on Kai'Sa. I think it's just we don't have a lot of people that have it yet, or especially I think as far as people that actually make content to show to the rest of the community, I haven't seen anyone with it. Granted, I don't look at that much other people's content, to be fair, but I haven't heard of anyone else really with it. So I think a lot of the community just doesn't really understand the power of it. And that was the same thing with Kai'Sa. A lot of people, when Constellations first came out, were shitting on Kai'Sa, saying that her effect is garbage, it's so bad. And at the time, I was like, no, I think this is actually going to be pretty good. And then once I started playing with her, yep, it is incredibly strong. Now, I think for Morgana, it's not super flashy. It's not all that... Yeah, it's not really that flashy. It seems really minimal because it's like only 1 power. The thing is, you can curse the enemies a ton. You have a lot of effects that do multiple curses. For example, Morgana herself play curse an enemy with shackles twice. So this goes off twice, but you're also targeting the enemy. So just by playing Morgana, you're cursing someone 3 times. So just dropping Morgana hits your whole board with +3 power. And then there's plenty of effects that are able to do similar things of like doing a curse, but since you're also targeting, you're cursing enemies more. I think you can buff up your board incredibly quickly, and I think this will actually be good. Now again, I don't have it, but I think this will actually be solid. I don't think this is an egregious or terrible 6-star. Honestly, it's fixing Morgana's biggest issue. She doesn't really need help really ending games more. She doesn't really need more help controlling the board. She needs help ending faster. That's her biggest downside. She's really slow. And yeah, the only time she's ever going to lose is if the enemy has an effect that is putting a timer on the game and you just can't win before that timer. This is really helping with that. It's able to buff up your board, give you a ton of extra damage, and just end way faster. Also, this is just going to help you get way more sustain because when Morgana's on the board, you're boosting up her power. So again, you have even better healing. I don't think this is nearly as terrible as many people think it is. 6-star Kai'Sa is insanely strong. Thanks for defending her. No, it's different. Morgana 6-star is not a problem power-wise. It's a problem flavor-wise. It's just really boring. See, that I would agree with. I would, like, it's not that interesting of a power. Because yes, you're just buffing your units. I think it can be, still can be fun, but yeah, it's not that flavorful. If people don't like it as far as flavor, that I totally get. But people trying to say it's bad as far as power, that I would fight against. Her only weakness is that your unit's getting removed. I think Black Shield would be helpful, but I don't have it. Yeah, Black Shield, I mean, it fits so well for Morgana. I upgraded Morgana to 5 stars this morning, and to be fair, 3 mana turn 1's pretty awesome. I got Bouncing Blade, so 0 mana Blade was able to play her turn 1, so nice. Yes, I actually have 5-star Morgana, and I have all the upgrades for her other than her 6-star. I mean, and the gemstones. I haven't actually played her yet. We'll potentially be doing that tomorrow. Right now we're playing with the rest of like the 6 stars I haven't showcased. And then tomorrow we'll play some of the 5 stars that I've gotten and haven't played with either. How do you get gemstones? I've been buying... Well, for one, they've had them in the battle pass. You get them from the monthly challenges. You get them from the weekly nightmares. And then for the shop, which I almost can get my last... No, that's the wrong one. Less than 24 hours, I can get my last golden reliquary to get the last epic relic. But I've been buying these pretty much on cooldown because, as you see, I have so much Stardust. I've even bought one of these here. So yeah, this is pretty nice. Anyways, let's go and take a look at Lillia. So she's another champion. I was able to get to 6 stars. So for her constellation, we have everything. So all the different powers. And then the 6 star is each round, the first time you play a unit, summon a ephemeral copy of it attacking. So with that, we are going to go for a build like this. Death's Foil and double stalkers. This way, when we summon Lillia, she's going to be summoned attacking, meaning she doesn't die. She's going to get double strikes off, so she's going to get a lot of damage down. Also reduce down the cost of our Dream Laden Bow, because it's reduced down when she's played or strikes. And then she'll be able to sit on our board after she gets her free attack in. So this is what we're going to try with her. You can do the scissors transmog thing with her. Transmog her copy, then scissors it. Like the OTK Nidalee. I guess you'd still need Death's Foil to get an extra copy of her. So we need Spectral Scissors, which would go here. So the first thing we need is Transmog. So I guess we play her, we get 1 copy on the board, the other copy starts a free attack, and then doesn't die. Comes back to our board, and then we can copy 1, transform it, and then scissors it. Yeah, I suppose we could try it. We'll wait, some people are stuck in the ad, so we'll hold off. Yeah, I think the Stalkers would work out pretty well. Because you're essentially getting, like, so many strikes off. I guess I can actually... We'll wait until the ad stops, and then I think we'll actually do a poll to see what people want to see. Also really like how they give orders into item positions. Why not both? We're not doing both today. This seems more interesting than Stalker spam. Yeah, which is probably why we're going to end up doing it, but... I think people like polls. Alright, so what we can do is we can either go for Stalkers, double Stalkers and Death's Foil, so that when we play Lillia, she gets a free attack, gets 2 strikes off, and then she won't die because of the Death's Foil, so we can still attack with her, which would be solid. Or we can go for this build where we get 2 Lillias on the board, because again with the Death's Foil, we're playing Lillia, so we get 1 normal copy, 1 ephemeral, 1 that's doing the free attack, but then not dying. And then what this build is trying to do is we can attack, have our Lillia support the other Lillia, transforming her into something that costs 3 more, so she's going to turn into a 6 cost. And then with scissors, we make another copy of whatever that unit is, so you just get these 2 massive units attacking, and it can be pretty crazy. Actually, we might get more than 2, because I think the item actually carries forward and keeps chaining potentially. All right, so go ahead and vote on what builds you want to see. Just want to make sure everyone can have some amount of sway or give their opinion. If you transform, the negative keywords will be removed. I think it keeps the ephemeral, if that's what you're getting at. Okay, so right now, overwhelming majority is wanting scissors, so we'll go with the scissors build. Because unless a whole bunch of people suddenly vote for the other one. Funnily enough, Lemonation now says that Lillia is the very best champion for speedrunning, which is funny since just a few months ago she was not speedrun viable at all. Interesting. Okay, so yep, everyone wants to see scissors, so we'll go ahead and grab this here. I think let's just blast through this one. If you win in less than 5 minutes, Stalker's Bait build too. I mean, we'll just do another 6-star champion to showcase. All right, let's see what we get. Quick draw. It's okay, but not as necessary. Like, it's not bad. I think let's try to get something a little bit more interesting. Summon an Emperor's Dais. This would actually be interesting because then when we do our free attack, the first one that's attacking, actually we need to think. So the first one that attacks would then actually get a unit to transform. So it would be good for that, but I think it would cause an issue for the second chain because then this would jump in front of the other units we're summoning. And so while it would be good for the first attack, it would kind of screw with the second attack. So I think we probably can't actually go for Seat of Power, which is unfortunate. Do we even know if Death's Foil protects the Ephemeral attacking Lillia? It does. I tested that. Because that was also one thing I was wondering. I was like, will this actually work? And so it, at least I did it in one battle. I hopped in, did an attack, it survived. So in that one instance, it did work. Let's see. Let's do another reroll. We're trying to get something fun. Bit of sustain. I think we'll just get another unit. It's fine. Not that big of a deal. All right, let's go for horns. We know we're going to get our Lillia, so it kind of doesn't matter. Victor Upper needs to be buffed to Grant. That would be nice. All right, so let's drop our Lillia. So we get one on the board. We get the other one attacking. And then we can attack like this and should do a ton of damage.
Where things are strong.
Not getting through.
Yep. So there is our ton of damage. GG. Title.
Already afraid of us.
Thank you. I've been really good about remembering the past couple days, but yep, sometimes forget. Alright, so that was a lot of damage. Premium budget in Italy, yeah. Don't really care about any of these. I guess let's go for Sea Spirits. Alright, support champion. That is Hero's Horns. That's not terrible. I mean, we don't really plan on playing any of these. I think we'll go for Pike, mostly for the Hero's Horn. We're pretty much just relying on our Lillia. And yeah, let's, I think, go for the power. So Astute Academic. And people said Crush on Lillia was bad. I mean, it's... I will say, out of all the champions that use Crush, I do still feel like she's generally the worst. Like, I think it's much better on Gwen and Viego and Lux. Specifically for this build, though, yes, Crush is very good to have.
Let's face the world strikes together, Queen.
No!
I'll ferry your dreams to the garden.
Oh, man. We tried. Well, we could attack. It wouldn't really do much. I think we'll pass. I think it's better on Lillia than Vi. That's definitely closer. That's definitely closer.
Don't worry.
I mean, we still have more copies of our Lillia,
Hope that's all right.
so it's not terrible,
Where things are
but it's definitely a little sad. Because we could use Bone Skewer. Gust of Palm. I think let's drop this as a blocker.
still my branch streams.
You don't have clearance.
Oh, there was that.
Time for a field test.
Alright, so we're going to drop right here, and I think we'll use Bone Skewer like this. Yeah, so that should be fine. So we get another copy of our Lillia. We're gonna draw another copy of our Lillia next round,
How exciting.
and we reduce down the damage we're taking. They only have 3 cards left, so hopefully we can be fine.
Dreams bloom where hope takes root. Don't judge a bud before its bloom. Where things are strong.
Don't test my tolerance.
Alright, so not quite ending, but we are doing a lot of damage. Alright, so we could put her to sleep. We could put that to sleep. Kill an ally, when I'm summoned, summon 1,000. Yeah, so our sleep triggers summon effects. So yeah, let's put that one to sleep. Doesn't seem terrible. And sure. Not the worst thing in the world. 1 HP Delta Nexus. Yeah.
High focus, for burn. Laserproof safety gear? I got you.
Alright, I think we'll pass for now.
A little dream that you won't harm their dreams. Not a one.
Allocated for impact.
Stay back, dream.
Alrighty, so
Come any closer.
let's go ahead and stun that one. We also could do this to fizzle that attack. We would still take the damage from the Astute Academic. But we're saving our Lillia, but we are losing some of our other units, which is a little sad. Yeah, let's go and do that. Seems like this build is much better to speedrun on non-nightmares. Maybe the other build is better for actually hard content? Probably.
I brought my books. Hope that's all right. Don't worry. I've read all about this.
Because yeah, if the enemy can do something to stop you, it's not the best. Alright, let's try the Dreamlight Alina, because this should give us a ton of stats. Because we're getting 2 of them, and both of them are doing the summon effect. I think let's try to put her asleep again.
Dreams to the garden. This is my magic.
Alright.
With purpose.
Little bit of an issue where they do have some pretty massive units,
Don't trip.
but let's just try to do as much damage as we can. And they didn't block at all.
Are they afraid of us?
Well, I mean, we probably had enough damage regardless, but thought they would at least try to stop it. Let's, I think, go for the Conspirator. Hold this would be really useful right now. A little bit, yeah. We are down health, but at the same time, we do have 30 health remaining. So that's not terrible. I think let's try to be greedy. And do we care about Dewdrop Harvest, Sleep an Ally, Summon a Spriteling? I mean, both of these we kind of don't care about, to be honest. I think we'll get rid of the Hammer Snout. And let's try to go for Riptide Rex. AI PayPal transaction complete. Let's honestly get rid of everything, just because we want to get our Lillia. Congrats, Happy. Nice, always nice when you actually get what you need. Alright, they might kill our Lily again, but let's just go for it.
And playing with me.
Skywatch formation.
Where things are strong.
Hey, look, it worked this time.
Bring the others.
60% of the time, it works every time. Sure, we can go for Pool Shark. I mean, that's actually not terrible. This is actually very similar to Vayne, because Vayne is another one of, as long as the enemy doesn't do anything to mess with your champion, you're fine. Disarmed, Spartan Student. I mean, this would get our extra buffs. Disarmed is fine, not bad. Sure, let's just go for the defensive route. A 1-cost long tooth, that's not terrible, especially because it's going to be bigger. Sure. And again, I think we'll be greedy. What do we want to get rid of? I think let's get rid of Coastal. We're probably not going to play that. And let's go for Poppy.
Huh? You want me? Well, okay.
How did you start playing LOR Path of Champions? I mean, I was playing LOR pretty much when the game launched. I wasn't part of the beta, but once the game actually officially launched, I've been playing since then. And then I always enjoyed like Lab of Legends, Path of Champions, all of their PvE content. Speaking of Disarm, don't you feel like it's weak for 4-star Fiddle? It is, as far as 4 stars, Disarmed is on the weaker side. It is still a nice power to have, and I think it is solid for Fiddlesticks just because you want to try to be as aggressive as possible and not really focus on defense. So having a power that's giving you some amount of defense is nice. It's kind of debatable whether or not it's going to be better than like Hold It or a different defensive power, but I think it's not bad. All right, let's get rid of all of these. Still shocked Fiddlesticks doesn't either have massive regen or lifesteal. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Looks like Lillia 6-star will have multiple build options depending on what you want to do, which is very nice. Some champs at 6-star field locked in for build. Yeah, that is very true. Meanwhile, Voiburst 4-star's crying in the corner. So we did not get our champion. Solid. Play some exact copy of me. That is a little sad. Sure, let's try to go for as much damage as we can. So, decent damage, despite the fact we would like to have our champion. So yeah, we could actually get multiple pikes doing strikes, but they're not really going to be able to do too much. I think we actually will go for this, because the ephemeral copy can actually be a decent blocker. Sure. Let's maybe go like this, but then we could sleep that one. We could actually sleep the ephemeral, or the elusive. Because if we have all elusive units, they're going to struggle next round. So, sure. Give other allies 1 power this round. That should give us enough to end.
Kneel students, rise warriors.
Especially since they didn't block that.
Wills it.
Hammer guard.
Alright, GG. Also, Fearsome is kind of stronger with Disarm, make Fiddlesticks for harder content. Yeah, the Fearsome, I mean, your whole playstyle is about reducing down enemy units and the whole Fearsome mechanic, so it does work there. Here, we don't want to go for the Ancient Coin, because we want our Lillia to be the highest cost possible that we could still play her, because that increases our transform. But the Deadly, or Deathless, will be awesome. So let's grab that. Easy Prey will be pretty big units, because they're both summoned without being played. So when we drop our Lillia, she'd get those husks. Sure. Let's see. Item chest. We don't want Kelp Maidens to, again, mess with our Lillia. So let's go for T-Hex. For some reason, the AI is really bad at blocking free or scout attacks. Yeah, it's inconsistent because they will still sometimes block them. So you can't actually rely on them not blocking. But, yeah, that is true. Alright, let's go for our Lillia.
Close your eyes and dream with me.
I brought my book. Hope that's all right.
Where things are
Leave a trail of their blood.
so disrupting.
So yeah, when it works, it does a ton of damage. GG. Also not open attacking when they are lethal. Yeah, that's another thing that they do fairly often, which has won me many games. Like, literally, I just had an Ash run the other day where literally that happened. I guess we'll go for Bone Skewer. We might actually cut this. We could make this a little bit stronger, but yeah, we can go for the Bone Skewer. Parallel Convergence is really strong. Thing is, do we really need that? Slow but steady. They keep offering us this, but I mean, I guess this one's slow. And that's like our only slow spell is Chum the Waters. I mean, it's a decent spell. It'd give us 2 Long Tooths. But I think let's try to find something a bit better. Deep Cuts is fun. I always like Deep Cuts. All right, we have another power over there. I guess it would work for the Parallel Convergence. But again, I don't think we really need that. Yeah, let's go for a Shield Breaker. I also just love support Fiddle because main champ always draw. Yeah, that's the great thing about Fiddlesticks is, for one, it's fun that you always know you're going to get your support champion. And so it gives you more reliance that you're actually going to get this and play this champion. But then also when you get Fiddlesticks as support, it's also just fantastic. For the list, it would also been a free attack. Yeah. Have we not done 6-star Gwen yet? We're doing that after this. All right, let's drop our Lillia.
Bloom where hope takes a root. Where things are strong. Go on,
Oof. Yeah, we're already overkilling by so much. We don't need extra help. GG. Yesterday was playing 3-star Misfortune against Lysandra and didn't see that she had I Am Inevitable. Wasn't fun at all. Yeah. Misfortune, without her 6-star, she is one of the worst champions into Lysandra. Sure, we can grab this. Man, they really actually now can just all the slow spells. Sure, that's fine. Shouldn't really make that much of a difference. Let's cut Dreamlight. Actually, no, let's cut the Bone Skewer, because we have so many copies of this. This is going to actually make a pretty big impact not having this in our deck. Yeah, we have 5 copies of this. So that's going to reduce us down to below 30 cards, which is pretty big. And Lulu.
pleased to meet you.
Jinx being the all-time worst? I would say Jinx is better. Both of them are bad, but Jinx can have enough damage to punch through still. Yeah, I was able to win with Jinx even when I had, or when they had Eye of Inevitable. It sucked, but you can do it. All right, we're re-rolling everything, trying to get our Lillia. Looks like we have her. Fantastic.
Close your eyes and dream with me. Where things are strong. Don't trip. Don't trip. A little dream.
I was born in blood and fire.
Oof. GG. That was a little scary.
Oh, are they afraid of us?
I really need Pike to complete the bilge water requirements. Yeah, that was a very big card. Yeah, we're not gonna get an S clear anymore. We got B because of that one unit. Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, this is a pretty crazy build for Lillia. Still the major drawback of if they do something to your champion, then the entire build falls apart. But potentially really crazy if you're trying to clear any, especially lower end content like the monthly challenges. This probably just destroys. But I do like that, yeah, there are multiple build options with Lillia, and she has a pretty good 6-star where there we go, right here. It's just fun, like it's strong, and does open up some new build opportunities like this, but it's also just a really fun power. It's more flavorful of a 6-star, and yeah, it's pretty solid. Lillia's already a very good champion, but I think her mechanic can get a little bit stale sometimes, and so this is a great way to just spice it up and be really interesting. There's some psycho on Reddit that supposedly plays every path with every champion to get Gorlith to win at 99 health. I mean, if that's what people do want to do for fun. Not bad compared to Vayne speed. I didn't actually even look what we got for the speed. Okay, 11, that wasn't terrible. We had that one run that kind of shut it down, but yeah, like, this is definitely a speedrunning build. Really, really good for that. All right, so next up, we are going to go for Gwen, who we also got at 6 stars. So actually, we'll look here. Game start, summon 4 Ghastly Bands and Rally. Now, you're already summoning the Ghastly Band from your 3-star, so you actually gain 5 at the start of the game. And you gain Rally. This isn't going to be as important since a lot of the higher-end challenges, you already start with the attack token. But for monthly challenges or just any content that you're not guaranteed to start with it, it's nice. Also, this just really helps scale up your Hallowed very quickly. So for this build, we are going to go for this right here, Gale Force, so that we can play her, get 2 attacks in. Getting attacks in the same round is very good because that lets your Hallowed stack up twice. Disciple of Shadows to kill all of our units so we get some massive Hallowed stacks, and then we can drop Gwen turn 1. And then Ludens just try to do a bunch of damage and a bunch of drain. Also with the Disciple, this is going to level her up immediately because you're hitting 5 units for 3 damage. So this is another build similar to the last 2 where we just drop our champion and nuke the Nexus. Again, we have the major downside that we're relying on our champion, and if something happens to them, we're going to have a bad time. Crown Guard is useless because with Disciple, we're leveling her up immediately. Crown Guard is... Before the 6-star, yes, Crown Guard's better. After, it's not, because with the Disciple, she's going to level turn 1. We already have the attack token turn 1. Like, we already start with it. The 6-star means we start with the attack token. So, with Crown Guard, we just drop her, because we have to use Disciple to drop her turn 1. So she's going to level immediately. But with, yeah, Crown Guard, the rally's wasted because we already have the attack token. you should use Buru with this build. Buru's not going to do anything. Like, we already have Overwhelm because Gwen, your 4-star is Overwhelm. Gwen already has Quick Attack, so we don't need the Quick Attack. And the Fury, like, we're playing it just for Fury then. So, I don't think it's really helpful. I don't think Buru, like, this is just giving us as much damage turn 1 as possible. So we do have big guns, but with the reason we're using Ludens is just in case we get double Gwen. If we get Stabilize or something like that, then it can work. Also, yeah, Ludens is better for Gwen because the only time we need the extra damage, really, Gwen is on the board. Can I ask for the best Pike 6-star relics? My normal build with him is going for his relic, going for the Beast Within, and then going for 1 Stalker's Blade, so that when you play him, he gets a strike off. If you play him with his Death from Below, you get 2 strikes off. So this is great if you want to be actually relying on your Pike, or if you want to rely on like him getting board clear and get a lot of damage down. You can go for Swain Relic plus Pack Powder plus Beast Within to get turn 1 Pike, and so a little bit different, but also works out really well. Yeah, we're going to go for Gwen. We're going to go for this build because I think it should do the highest amount of damage round 1, and we're trying to just end in the first turn. Some things we're looking for is if we can get another unit to be on the board to attack with Gwen, so they can be first and Gwen could be second, because then she gets twice the amount of our Hallowed. That would be nice, but not necessary. Yeah, this is what we're going to go with, and I think we're going to go for the 5.5-star. Chronicle of Ruin should be really fun with us, because I think this could trigger after we get all of our units, so it like doubles the amount of Hallowed stacks we get. So yeah, this should be fun. Before we hop in, though, we'll just, again, drop a quick ad break. So if you need to go for the bathroom, go and get a drink, go ahead and do any of that now. I should be going to the bathroom myself. Quite rare, though most turn 1 units have less than 3 health. Yeah. Alright, be right back. Alright, let's load in here. Right, title. Alright, change the title. Thank you, Rose Toy. Everyone should be back. Let's see what we can get for our first power here. Green Glade Lookout, so this would be another unit that dies. Disarmed enemies at -1 power. I don't think this would get Hallowed. Target an ally with a single target spell. Not that big of a deal. Disarmed could be a solid defensive if we needed it. Yeah, I think let's try to reroll, see if we can get something a little bit more impactful. Another unit we would just immediately kill. Grit, grow my power to max my health. That shouldn't matter, especially with our Hallowed. Slow but steady. I think all of our spells are fast or burst. Alright, we'll try one more. Titanic Wake can be fun. Although we're not gonna hit this yet. I think we'll go for Titanic because we can try to get our Gwen to hit this eventually. But yeah, for right now, it's not gonna work. Spellslinger, it's not bad. It's decent. We could play a lot of spells for free, but Titanic is going to be more hilarious if we can get a turn 1 Titanic Wake. So I think we'll go for this. Honestly, this is another build where we shouldn't need that much bonus power. So like, the powers we get is kind of just really a bonus. Let's go for Herald. Just this patch alone, we got 5 different Nova Crystals and 2 almost Nova Crystals. Yeah, this patch has been great for Nova Crystals. This is fine. We know we're going to get our Gwen. We don't need to do a full mulligan. So yeah, they all died. This is what I thought. And then they get revived. We're having so much damage. All right, let's drop our Gwen here.
See me. One stitch at a time, we'll make something totally new.
And I guess we can actually, since we're playing her for free, we can actually build out our board. So that's not terrible. They will potentially be able to stop us, but also it doesn't really matter. We can just, we're already overkilling them. We don't need to waste time.
What a joy.
GG. After monthlies and finishing pass, I'm at 22 6 stars. Nice. Alrighty, let's, I guess, go here. We don't really plan on playing any of these, but sure. Let's go for Sport Champ. Do we really care about any of these, really? I mean, I think Thresh will be the best. We could try to go for a unit we could play for free. But, or not for free, but for cheap when we drop our Gwen. But I think we'll go for Thresh here. Champion item, we definitely want that. I think let's go for Hearthguard. Yeah. Got 2 6 stars and 7 crystals lying around. Let's get rid of most of these. We have our Gwen, which is nice. All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and drop her here.
I will not squander the great gift I've been given. What a joy.
All right, so we can just attack. Again, we could play another unit to get a lot more hallowed stacked, but... All right, a bit rude. So we will actually drop our Undying here.
Nothing to fear.
And we're still just end of the game. GG. I also have 506 wild fragments, can no longer get any champion shards. Somehow still have 3 4 stars remaining. Interesting. So I have every champion with all of their shards, so I'm also capped on those. I can't get any more champion fragments for anyone. But I have every champion. There's Nora is the only one that I don't have at 5 stars. Everyone else is 5 to 6 stars. Yeah, this patch has been great for just powering up everyone's account. I think let's go for Bark Beast. And champion item. Play, start a free attack. I think we'll go for Farsight just to guarantee we draw our Gwen. That's going to be more important than anything, even though the Quick Strike would be pretty great. And going for more stats, we can try to get her Titanic would also be funny. This is going to be by far the most important thing for her. All right, slot bot, shop, or solitary monk. We don't want to get stunned, so we'll go here, and we might go just for to cut a card. Let's go for hunters. Hello, great. Nora and Yumi for me. Bandle match, just don't drop. Yeah. Time to make a post asking for the 1,000 cap. Let's get rid of Chronicle. And I think even Boisterous. We could get rid of Gwen since we have the Farsight. Sure. Quick Strike is kind of redundant with Scout and the 6-star already. I suppose it's good if you don't win round 1. Yeah, that's true. With our Scout, it's not as important. Yeah, we'll just drop our Gwen.
I will not squander the great gift I've been given.
Blood and guts, golden glory.
I shall need my tools. Nothing to fear.
Yeah, 6-star Gwen's pretty crazy. Hello, Torcat. Is the Arcane event confirmed to be the next updates? Yes. I mean, there should be an Arcane event next update. I don't know if it's officially confirmed, but there should be. Let's, I guess, go for Glimpse. I think we probably have enough power. I think well, actually, cutting the card doesn't matter as much because we're guaranteed to draw our Gwen because we have Farsight, so we don't actually have to be as crazy with cutting cards. When you play a spell, I mean, I think we're gonna be fine for sustain. Whatever. Could maybe be good. And yeah, I think we're fine. Alright, let's go for the healer. And Trundle.
I'm the troll.
Let's get rid of most of these. Put all onto our 1-drops. But again, it's like there's so many choices we technically could make, but most of them don't matter. Now they might do something to our Gwen.
I will not squander the great gift I've been given.
Like they could do a frostbite or something. Which, do they have burst speed frostbites? I think for here, we'll actually try to build out our board a little bit. I'm a little bit worried about what they're going to do.
How did you know I loved
Okay.
to dance?
That's actually not terrible.
They look angry. Let me smell some.
Oh, I wouldn't even think about the scout attack.
Welcome to the tipsy.
Oh, man. That is fine, though. We'll just drop an atrocity.
A brief engagement, but a joyous one.
I'll go ahead and drop our Gwen.
My goodness, what is all this?
The midnight revel. And so
What
we
a joy.
begin.
And GG.
Every moment of this has been a joy.
Alright, Black Cleaver, fun. Spell Shield wouldn't be bad, but Black Cleaver could be good. I think this won't trigger our Titanic, because I think this will trigger after it checks if we're Titanic, but it could be pretty hilarious. Sorcery sounds good. Yeah, let's go for Sorcery. We want to cut a card, item chest. Cutting a card's not bad, but we already have our guaranteed Gwen. Sure, let's go here. I'm missing 10 Nova Shards from Ionia Nova, at the very least. Level 54 has Ionia Gold Vessel. Yeah, I'm actually working on that one myself at the moment. What's your opinion of 6-star Eve? I think it's going to be solid. I think Eve is very strong. I think you'll get some pretty crazy scaling out of that 6-star. All right, let's drop our Gwen.
One stitch at a time, we'll make something totally
All right. Oh, it does work. So it doubles our stats and then gives us 8/8.
Here.
GG.
Every moment of this has been a joy.
Since Fiddle exists, 6-star Eve looks very meh. That is true. 6-star Fiddle is pretty great, but I still think Evelyn is pretty good. Let's go for item chest. Sure, we're probably not going to play this, but why not? Stabilize, fantastic. And I think we'll pass. And yeah, let's go for the champion item. So Hex Core. Yeah, 6-star Gwen is pretty crazy. Now, we are having a bit of extra damage from our units dying immediately round 1. Still, though, I think it's pretty insane.
This is a chance for me to leave my mark.
Also, our other copy is probably going to be massive. Oh, actually, they're the same now. Interesting. All right, well. That's a lot of puff caps that aren't going to do anything. GG. We don't even need to attack. Weird question, Toast. What are your thoughts on the 2x speed making your videos shorter? I think it's fantastic. I'm very, very happy with it because it makes it so much easier for me to edit multiple questions down. Edit multiple videos in a day. It takes my editing time and reduces it by like half. Now, it might slightly hurt my channel in the sense that it's going to reduce my overall view duration because my videos are shorter, but it should help get more views. It should help people watch the entire video, even if the video is way shorter. But it lets me be able to pump out way more videos way easier because the editing time is dramatically shorter. I didn't realize how big of a change it was going to be. It is absolutely incredible for making content because that's kind of the biggest issue with this genre, these card games, is people don't often want to watch like a 40-minute, hour-long video. Like some people do. A lot of people don't, though. And so I've always been trying to find ways to cut my videos down, but often it's at the sacrifice of content. So I'd be like cutting out different parts of the adventure to try to reduce it, and then people wouldn't like that. But here I can actually showcase the entire adventure, don't cut anything out other than just like dead air of me thinking or something like that. And yeah, it's just a lot faster. Like I thought about previously pretty much putting my own videos at double time speed in just the editing software to try to get them down. But this is just, it's so good. It's a better change than I even would have. It's been more impactful than I thought it would have been. It's so good. Most people want shorter videos. Yes. Percentage of the video watch is actually good. Yeah. How much time does it take to edit one video? So now a lot of my videos are closer to like 30 to 20 minutes of like when I cut them out of the stream for the ones I'm taking from stream. And so oftentimes for those, since I edit at like a faster speed, it's probably relatively equal to the length of the video. So for some of these, it's like going to take me 20 minutes to 30 minutes to edit them down, maybe add in an intro, outro, depending on if I think the video needs that. But for the longer videos, it kind of increased more than just the length of the video. It took, before it take like an hour, and now it takes kind of less than half. It's kind of interesting, but I feel like my editing time is even faster when the video has been shortened. So I can edit these way faster than I could before, which is just excellent, because it was really difficult to get 2 videos out a day and then do anything else. But right now, like at least yesterday, I was able to get 3 videos done on stream, which normally would take like 3 hours. And yesterday I was able to do this whole stream in less than 2 hours. And then I was able to do all that, edit it, and I still had time left over in my like work day to actually work on the Fiddlesticks guide. Normally, I could only like record 3 videos on stream, only have enough time to like edit 2 of them that day, not have enough time to also work on any extra videos like guides, tier list, any research I had to do, any of that I didn't have time for. So I had to push all of that to the weekend. Yeah, the speed increase so far has been a game changer for me. And yeah, I'm only doing it at 2 times speed. I'm not increasing that at all because that probably makes content a little bit too hard, but it's so good. How much time does it take your intro? Not too long. Like normally a couple minutes to film and then not long to add it in. So for intros and outros, it's like 10 minutes or less, because the ones I'm doing are very simple. Kind of sad for me, I don't feel enjoyment from the game being sped up as much. There is a little bit of downside for that. And also, as far as, the editing speed, for the gameplay videos, it's not that difficult to edit them, because I'm not adding anything really extra. I'm more just focusing on getting it down, so people are just getting, like, all of the actual content, but anytime I'm having to pause to think, or if I'm talking about chat about something unrelated, like, all of that, I'm just mostly cutting stuff out. For other videos, like the monthly challenge, that takes a long time to edit. For like tier list videos and stuff like that, a lot of those take a lot longer. But for these gameplay ones, especially with them being reduced down, it is a lot faster. Here we can actually get Thresh. Normally you don't want to get another copy of your champion or support champion, but since we have Farsight, it's fine. Follow-up question, next patch when they release 1.5, will you go with that or stay at ×2? I will definitely try 1.5. I think that will be, for content making, I think I'll probably go there and see how it does for my videos. How is Vayne? I have a Demacian Nova Crystal. Was kind of saving to see what's Karen's 6-star going to be eventually. 6-star Vayne is very good. We ended almost every single match in the very first turn. All right, let's get our champion item. We could actually go for the Radiant Plate Armor because we're already playing her for free. We have summoning 5 units. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's go for Healer. We can cut Chronicler, and let's go for Reliant Soul.
Naturally.
But yeah, I look forward to the monthly challenges just being way faster. I'm going to crank it up to 4 times speed for the monthlies and just try to get through, as fast as possible. Yeah, we can get rid of Gwen because we know we're going to draw her. And holding on to the rest is fine. Just got Disciple of Shadows. Will 3-star Gwen work with your current build on Gwen? No. I mean, it can, but for Gwen, I normally go for a different build. I normally go for like Crown Guard, Overwhelm if you don't have it. So if you're at 4 stars, you don't need it. But if you don't have it at 4 stars, you need Overwhelm. So whether that's Beast Within or Trollkin's Crown, you need one of those. Or even just the common one for Gwen. You need to make sure she is Overwhelm. So Crown Guard, Overwhelm, and then going for Ludens isn't bad. You could go for a Disciple if you really want to try to get on the board early. But this exact build isn't... I mean, it can work for 3-star Gwen, but it's much better for this version of her. Let's drop our Gwen here.
See me. No matter their resolve, mine will be stronger.
Make them pay for what they did to me.
GG. Yeah, didn't even need to attack.
Just a stitch in time.
Have you tried the super roll 6-star Gwen that's popular on Reddit? I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. How are people unlocking the quest line to get the Nova Crystal? I mean, the quest line was on. It should be available for everyone, I thought. All I have to do is complete a 3-star adventure, which is super easy to do. I just did the Thresh adventure. This week's 5.5 is so fun. I did it with Guardian Angel and Stalker's 3-star Kate. Yeah, it's pretty good. I usually run Scissors, Crown Guard, and Corrupted Star Fragment. But just literally open Disciple. Who can I use Disciple on also? Disciple is good on, yeah, tons of people. Yeah, Volibear, Mordekaiser, Viego, Elder Dragon, can be okay for Aurelion Soul. Good for Yumi. I know there's more. There's a lot of people. All right, 6-star Gwen. Very crazy. We absolutely destroyed. Yeah, she is an incredibly good champion. And with this build, you just push so much damage round 1. Very, very good. Very simple. Just doing so much damage. What's your current build on Nidalee? Feels weird that she was so busted. Now I rarely even look in Shrima's direction. Nidalee is still good. There's a couple different ways you can build her. So here's one that's pretty good. Transmogulator, Spectral Scissors, and Lost Chapter. Lost Chapter you pretty much always have to have on Nidalee, just so that you can be able to play her round 1. With the Transmogulator and Scissors, you're able to get another unit or support one of your units, transform them, make them very, really big. And yeah, this is just a pretty broken combo that does a lot of damage. You can also go for Crown Guard. Crown Guard is very good on Nidalee. You can level her up and down multiple times. You can consistently get her level up off. Going for Corrupted Star Fragment, also not terrible as well. And then I think there's another relic that's also really good that I'm kind of not thinking of at the moment. Feast Within's not terrible. Yeah, Crown Guard's one that's really, really good. But yeah, these two are also excellent. Jinx, thank you for the subscribe. Appreciate it. Right. Giving your units Overwhelm is also really solid. For Nidalee, if you have her at 3 stars, that's how you're getting another unit. So when ally transformed, grant it 1/1 impact if it's the first time summon a exact ephemeral copy of it attacking. So this is how you're able to play Nidalee, and you can have her transform, and then you can support the other copy of her, and yeah, get some more damage immediately. That's why support relics are so good for Nidalee. So we got through those 3 champions, and then we're going to try out a build that people suggested yesterday. So Echoing Spirit, Found Fortune, and then the Grand General's Counterplan. The whole point of this build is to try to buff up our Make It Rain, and yeah, just focusing on buffing that up. So we're going to try to go with this here. All right, so we'll switch the title, grab this here, and yeah, we'll probably hop into the 4-star Nightmare again just to test out this build, but we'll drop an ad quickly, so if you need to go bathroom, get a drink, you have a minute and a half, go do what you need to do, and then we'll keep on going. Can Nidalee handle Swain or Lysandra? Yes. Yes, we want to try to cut any 2 costs. I need to try to remember in-game to not pick up any 2 costs. Because we want our only thing to be a 2 cost is the Make It Rain, so this gets buffed up. Although with Echoing, it's going to reduce this down... Well, it's going to reduce down her champion 1 to a 1 cost, but we still have the flat Make It Rain in our deck, so it'll still work. This will be interesting. Is Fiddlesticks considered an aggressive champ like Jinx or slow champ like Morgana? Yes. He's kind of both. You want to be as aggressive as possible in order to get your triggers for your Terrify, but your games sometimes can go on a little bit longer. But in general, you want to play him as aggressively as possible. All right, let's go ahead and load in here. All right, let's go for power, see what we're able to get. Explosive entrance, not bad. Sure. Yeah, that should be solid. Let's go for a monkey idol. Let's get rid of the navigator. Hired gun we need to cut at our first opportunity. Actually, let's throw the Make It Rain in our deck, and we'll hold on to the hired gun. That increases our chance of our Make It Rain being the thing that gets hit, because it's grabbing something from our deck. Yeah, so I think let's just drop our Misfortune. So we pulled out our Make It Rain, and we have it so now it goes off twice. That is excellent. Oh, we should have done while we were attacking. Right, we have to remember to play around that part of our champion. Sure, let's go ahead and kill that. It's going to be a little weird not having the overwhelm. Alright, so now we have a bunch of Make It Rains, and they're going to do a ton of damage. We will try to see if they attack, because we need to try to remember to play our spells while they are attacking. They have a bunch of ephemerals, so you would think they would. Alright. I'm just going to rely on this ending the game. Yep, GG. Fiddlesticks brought me back, regardless of if he's strong or not. Would have come back to 6-star him. Yeah, he's strong, but he's also fun. How fast was Gwen run? Very fast. I didn't look at the exact time, though. All right, we need to remember to not get any 2 costs. Kind of don't care about any of these. I guess we'll grab... Well, round and reduce my cost by 1. Sure. I mean, we don't... Yeah, actually, we'll grab this, but we don't really care about any of these. Alright, support champ. We need to avoid any 2 costs. So Azir seems fine. Azir seems like he'd be pretty good. He doesn't have a 2 cost, so that seems solid. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab Azir. We need to cut a card. So Solitary Monk, Chamber of Renewal. Let's go for the Solitary Monk. So once again, for like the 3rd time today, Astute Academic. 7 minutes. Thank you, Happy Potato. Let's get rid of Navigator. And I guess we can hold on to these. Right, we don't have Misfortune's Relic. It's so difficult for me because I've been playing Misfortune with the exact same build or like pretty close build for a while. So before, if she had her Epic Relic, Dune Keeper would just be insane. But let's drop our Misfortune. We gotta make it rain. Same effect, it's going off twice. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna attack and we're gonna drop this here. Let's see how much damage we can do. Alright, pretty good, and we can now have a ton of Make It Rain, so we're going to generate another one next round, even though our hand's full. With this build, you want to mulligan everything that isn't Misfortune. So the one Make It Rain that costs 0 is because it's the one from Found Fortune. Alright, we're just going to hope that they attack.
Broke my hand, so I got a new one.
And then we are going to drop all the Make It Rains. And again, pretty much just counting on that ending the game for us. Alright, GG. No. Don't want a 2-cost. We need to stay away from any 2-costs. I guess we'll grab this. Honestly, we don't plan on playing any of these. We want to go for the Solitary Monk to try to cut the 2-cost, although I don't know if this actually lets us choose. I think this gives us a selection. But still, we need to try. Oh, nope, it actually lets us cut anything. Nice. So we're going to cut the Hired Gun to guarantee the fact that we can only get our other one for it. Let's go for Patch Porobot. I was thinking you should run a Mana Relic because you need to play them, but this seems all right. All right, yeah, we can mulligan everything that's not Misfortune. So we'll drop our Misfortune, get our Make It Rain. All right, this has Fabricator. So with her attack, this should be able to kill the Patched Porobot. So let's go ahead and drop this here.
Love ya.
Alright, so it has Elusive.
Broke my hand, so I got a new one.
And again, we're just gonna... Well, they're not gonna go off twice, so we're gonna be less likely to be able to end with them. Especially because they could not hit the Nexus, and we're going to need, since they're going to do 7 damage, we're going to need all 3 to hit the Nexus in order to end. Because just 2 wouldn't do quite enough. So I think let's drop this here, because we will potentially need a blocker. And yeah, the more units they have, the less likely our Make It Rains are going to hit. That being said, we want to have enough mana for these 2. So I think we will pass. Oh. Okay, that's not as bad. Alright, attack token. If only we had our one relic. Sure, doesn't really matter. GG.
That's how we do things in Bilgewater.
This build isn't her best, but seems good if you don't have Shakana. Yeah, that's why like a lot of these builds I've never tried. It's just because I know her other build is just flat out better. But this is a fun build you can do that still is going to be pretty strong. I keep wanting to get 2 cost. Let's go for Scrying Sands. And I think let's go for an epic item for Misfortune. No epic items were to be found. Excavator is not bad, but let's do a reroll. Mana Deposit, I mean, Quick Strike is good, but more mana so we can play them immediately turn 1 would be also good. Let's go for Healer. Let's cut that and go for Poppy.
Huh? You want me? Well, okay.
I already do run Found Fortune with her, but with Shock and Awe, makes sense. Let's, yeah, reroll everything that's not Misfortune.
Nothing but powder monkeys.
All right, let's see. So we have it that it might go off again. Let's try to play all of them, and if they play anything, it... no, we still won't be able to play them again.
Party member down.
I think we'll wait for next round and just play it there. Yeah, not having the overwhelm does feel a little bit bad. I think Beast Within might be better than Grandular's Counterplan here, probably. Let's just pass. Alright, GG.
That's how we do things in Zilfwater.
Yeah, it'll be nice when they start adding new regions to the game. Like when we can get, well, just more of every region than we're getting right now. We just still have too many P and Z. We don't want to get Ancient Coin because that messes with Found Fortune. That reduces what we're aiming for. Also, Farsight, we're normally already drawing her already because we have so many copies. So I guess we'll just go for Colossal Hammer. Although, to be honest, that's not actually changing that much. I think let's try to see if we can get something a little bit more impactful, like Double Misfortune will be good. This will make our champion spell cost nothing, because they'll both have Echoing going off. All right, let's get a power here. Bouncing Blade is pretty good. Yeah. Although it is gonna cost mana. Let's go for a champion item. Sure, let's go for Crown Guard. Found Fortune's about base cost. Yeah, it should be fine because extra copies of her then, even if you draw them. So one issue is when you reduce down your champion's cost with Found Fortune, you can potentially hit your own champion with it. So one thing that would maybe happen is we would then give an epic item to our Misfortune, and then she get turned into the champion spell. So it still potentially could mess with it, but then our Misfortune gets an epic item potentially, so it could be fine. All right, let's get rid of both of these. All right, so this is going to go off twice. Let's go here. All right, so this is going to be 8. I think the stack is 9. So this should be good. And this will be GG. Although I guess with Misfortune's attack, right? GG.
That's
Yeah, I didn't factor in the 2 extra things on the stack of Misfortune's attack not being able to go. Please no more P&Z. Right, bet here's some more Bandle and Runeterra at once. Yeah. Yeah, we can grab this. It's fine. Sure, we can go for Colossal Hammer, I suppose. That's never really going to matter. That's just going to fill up our board. That's probably also not going to matter. Is there another power here? All right, deep cuts. It's going to be overkill, but it's fun. Let's go for the champion item. So horns. Without pay-to-win relics, who would be the best 4-star and below Runeterra champion for Fiddle 6.5? Probably, well, I still think the best champion is probably going to be Evelyn and Fiddlesticks. I think both of them, like for Evelyn, a lot of her best items aren't the pay-to-win relics. So for her, it's really good because a lot of the level up ones are still really good for her. Yes, you would still like to use Starforged on her. That does help her out a lot. But even if you don't have that, a lot of the level up ones are good. You are going to have a little bit of an issue if you're at 4 stars, you're not getting that extra mana, and you don't have Starforged. Your first couple rounds could be potentially a little rough. And for the 6.5, that means they're going to be able to attack you, and you're not going to be able to level your Evelyn. So for these requirements, the champion has to be 4 stars. You don't have any pay-to-win relics. It actually might be more of... Does Yumi count? No, she's Bandle and Targon. Got one of those. Okay, so it might be actually be Aatrox. I think at 4 stars, Aatrox potentially edges out Evelyn, just because for Evelyn, you're going to get rushed down super hard before you can get her on the board. Now, you might be able to get her on the board and stabilize, and then be able to do fine, but they're probably going to get a big attack in on you before you can have Evelyn hit the board and start controlling them with stuns every round. So with the requirements you've set up, Aatrox probably edges her out. But Fiddlesticks at 4-star is probably still your best bet, even without any of the pay-to-win relics. Now, he is kind of best with those, but you can also go for builds that are just supporting your units, like going for like Stack Deck could be pretty good. Going for Beast Within is solid. I mean, even going for just extra copies of him or going for Stalker's Blades. At that level, yeah, it's probably Aatrox and Fiddlesticks if you don't want to factor in any of the champion-specific relics. All right, let's, again, re-roll pretty much everything except our Misfortune. And yeah, let's drop this here.
Nothing but powder monkeys.
I think let's actually throw down a Blade's Edge right here. 1, to pop his spell shield, but also our stack is going to get kind of overflowing. So getting this out of the way early isn't bad. Although we don't have that these are going to go off twice, so we're probably fine. Because yeah, we have 4, and then we're going to have 2 more. So yeah, our stack actually will be fine.
Defy and resist.
Mwah.
All right, GG. Runeterra requirement is what makes it hard. Would Disciple of Shadows, Crown Guard, and Tempest work well? Thanks for the answer, by the way. Disciple of Shadows, yes, could be a decent response to try to get Evelyn on the board early. Evelyn is very strong. The biggest issue she has is just enemy being too aggressive. Like, I would suggest, I don't think it's out yet, but I'm going to be posting a video of 5-star Evelyn versus the encounter for the 6.5 Fiddlesticks, and for most of it she's fine, but when you're up against like Elise, when they just immediately open attack on you and do all this damage, you can really struggle. Now, if you don't have the extra starting mana, you're gonna face that more often. Now, Disciple of Shadows, it is gonna have the drawback of you're killing your own units, which is gonna reduce down the amount you can level, so that is a downside. But you're still able to get her on the board earlier, so it's probably worth that trade. So you can try, but it will be rough. There's a lot of encounters that you'll be okay with, but there's going to be specifically some, definitely Elise, that's going to be very difficult for you. Sure, we can go for Dune Keeper. That's fine. Champion item. Let's go for Spirit Stone. That'll be really good for us. And Healer. Yeah, we can get rid of Borealis and Lulu.
Pleased to meet you.
Uh-oh. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of both of these. And I think even the Make It Rain, because we want all copies of our Make It Rain to be the Misfortune one.
No prey, no pay.
All right, so these are going to give us epic items.
Aren't you a cute little smoosh boy?
So yeah, we can attack. So the stack is 9. Misfortune is going to need 2 for her attack. All right, so we're at 6. We'll be at 8. So we could do one more Make It Rain. I think this will, with our Misfortune, completely fill up the stack. So we probably don't want to use our Blade's Edge. Let's go ahead and attack like this.
Dewdrop.
All right.
Love ya.
What epic items are we going to get? I don't think we're going to get Overwhelmed, though, so... Oh, we actually did get Overwhelmed. And double attack. GG.
That's how we do things in Bilgewater.
The biggest way to counter Elise is having people that are just good at dealing with a lot of enemy units. So like Swain is excellent for just nuking her whole board. Evelyn or Elite, oh goodness, Vex is also really good at dealing with her. Fiddlesticks is also really good as well. All right, so that was interesting. Definitely not the best Misfortune build. There's other ones that are a lot stronger, but this is a lot of fun if you want to go for a lot of removal spells. Fun thing you can do with Misfortune. I think the Grand Jones counter plan isn't as needed. With the Echoing, you're normally going to have so many copies, it's not going to be necessary. So maybe going for Overwhelm with like the Beast Within would be nice, because not having Overwhelm for Misfortune does feel pretty bad, does lose you a lot of damage. But yeah, definitely a fun build you can go for your Misfortune. Volibear, because Avalanche. Yeah, Avalanche could be good. I mean, anyone that can just get a lot of removal or control very quickly can be solid. Like, potentially even Morgana, if you could kind of high roll into some cheap removal spells that you could hit the enemy board with immediately to lock them up. All right, that was pretty fun. I think that's where we will call it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to be showcasing a bunch of our 5-star champions that we recently got there. So we'll be doing, let's see, Aatrox probably going to do Aatrox. Probably going to do Lux Illuminated because we just got her to 5 stars. Morgana, Yumi. Don't know if we'll do all of those, but those are some of the ones that we're going to be doing soon. Also, maybe Samira. I don't think we had her at 5 stars before. Yasuo, that's another one. So that's kind of what we're going to be testing out in the next couple days. But thank you all for hanging out. We will be streaming again tomorrow, unless anything crazy happens. How many champs do you have at 6 stars? It's like 20, I think. Uh, 17, it looks like. Looks like I have 17 champions at 20. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of the day. See ya.